Good evening. Good evening. Hey there, Miss Bricky. How are you doing? Hey there, Miss Net. Okay, you know I'm gonna mess your name up, right? Nigeri? No, not Nigeri. Jerry. Hey, Karen. How are you? Thank you. Hi, Glenda. How are you doing? Let me get my camera over here. Hey there. How you doing, Miss Debbie? Let me get my little camera right over here on the other side. Hold on. How are you doing? All right. I think I'm good. Okay, there we go. I think I'm good over here with the other camera. Hey there, Ellie. How are you? Okay, let me make sure it doesn't fall over. Hold on. Hey, Rosalind. All right, there we go. Okay, I think that's okay. Hold on. Yeah. Hey, Nubia, how are you? There we go. Now I got it. Hey, Miss Clara, how are you doing? It's Korea. How are you doing, Miss Korea? I think I always mess up your name. Hey, Deanne, how are you doing? Trudy, Kelly, how are you? Hey, Tom, how are you? I'm a little early. I am. Hey there, Christina, Connie, Lee Lou. There we go, Lee Lou. Kay and Healing Hurts, but I read worth every second. All right. Hey, Annette, how are you? Hey, Miss Chat, how are you doing, Miss Beautiful? Hey, Sharice, how are you guys doing? T. Williamson, how are you doing? Hey, Don C. And Sita, how are you guys doing? Well, hi there, $1,000,000. Hey, Miss Cassandra. Hey, Dane, how are you? Hey, Rosie's, Miss Chi, Miss Gichi. There we go, Miss Gichi. How are you doing? And then Gabrice. Okay, you guys know I'm trying to pronounce stuff. Hey, Just Be Real. How are you? How are you doing? Hey, Melissa. Well, thank you so much. Hi, Tasha. No, I didn't waste time today. I was a little sleepy today. So I'm coming on to talk to you guys. I'm not going to stay on very long. And then I'm going to take a day off today. Look, this is I told you guys to go to Natasha's Touch. She has a boutique, online boutique. This is one of her pieces from the online boutique. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Look at this. This is from Natasha's Touch. Remember I was telling you guys to go check out her site? Isn't that nice? Yeah, you guys, she had some, you heard my voice on your mama phone? Hey, Elizabeth. Yeah, natashastouch.com. You guys go check it out. She updated her inventory, and I was laying in the bed, and I went and looked and didn't transfer any money to my account, so I couldn't go order some more. So I got to go back before all my other sisters go and buy some stuff. So you guys go check her out. And at the end, I'll tell her to post it again for you guys, okay? How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing today? Hey, Tamara. How are you doing, Tamara? Hi, Lisa. You're new? Well, thank you so much. Wigology, you were supposed to send me a link so I can go check out what you got. Hey, Elaine. Well, thank you. How are you guys doing? All right, Craig. Okay. How are you guys doing? Hey, Lisa, how are you? Long Island, New York. All right. Hey, Tanya. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing? So I got Just Be Real. I think Tasha's on here. I think I'm waiting for Miss Telsha, New Dawn Arises, and Stevie Bananas. Well, thank you so much, Alexandra. How are you? Thank you so much. Biloxi, Mississippi. Shut up. Hey, TL. That's why I left when I went to the military. I used to live in Biloxi, Gulfport, Biloxi. Thank you so much, Hector. How are you? Thank you so much. Hey, Raina, how are you? Texas. All right. Okay, I'll check it out. Miss Sandra, let me see. Let me write it down. I'm going to write it down, okay? Chef AJ. I got it. I wrote it down, Miss Sandra. Hi, Karma. How are you? You heard a Southern accent. I learned to speak English when I was 5 in Germany. I mean, not in Germany, in Georgia. Yeah. Past Christian said they don't know about no past Christian. The past. Slidell, past Christian, Gulfport, Red Ball, is it Orange Grove? Yeah. Where else? Not Hattiesburg, but right along the coast. Yep. Yep. From Zimbabwe. Well, hello, Portia. Thank you so much. Spring Hill, Florida. Okay. You are so welcome, Miss Lisa. Missouri in the house. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Must be nice to sit on the beach. I'm gonna sit in front of my TV and put on a little beach scene. Ohio. Okay, artist lover. Ohio. Cape Town, South Africa. Wow. Welcome. Is it okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce it, okay? Juzeda. Juzeda. What a beautiful name. Mexico City. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Isn't that wonderful? Hey, T Mac, thank you. California in the house. Who else? Loving Me, Lisa, Edna, Houston. Okay. All right, Houston. Columbia, Maryland. All right. Well, welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being with me. Boston, okay. Okay, Alexandra, okay. I'm gonna try to do it like North Carolina. I'm gonna try to do it like during the week and try to move myself in there. I can't promise you that I'm gonna be totally vegan now. Kenya, okay. That's right. You said you were living in Hong Kong. Okay. I haven't finished the classes yet. St. Paul, Minnesota. Okay. I used to travel to St. Paul, and there's another one where they have, I used to work for the psychological health outreach program for the Marine Corps Reserve. And so I used to travel to St. Paul and another part of Minnesota. As a matter of fact, when Prince died, I was able to go and take pictures over there. Yeah, I was able to go take pictures over there. Well, thank you, Jesse. I appreciate you. Thank you, Axel. How are you doing? Sydney, Australia. All right. Okay. Come to Tennessee. You guys got to send for me. You got to send for me. Hey, Miss Shirley. Shirley, how are you? UK. All right, my UK family. BC, Canada. All right. My Canada family. St. Louis, the Ark. Okay. All right. Let's look. See, over here on YouTube, whenever some of the comments, though, I can't scroll back through them. They go by so quick. Georgia. All right. What part of Georgia you in, Karen? All right. India. Well, is it Namaste? Namaste? Namaste from India? Smart Cooking Beyond Meat Stock is okay. Yeah, I tasted some burgers from Beyond Meat. It was actually very good. I liked it. I liked it. Thank you, Ms. Karma. Thank you. Philly in the house. Okay. Okay. Pittsburgh, Scottsdale, Arizona. All right. Namaste. Okay. How you doing, Lauren? Candida, how are you doing? South Africa, Cape Town. South Africa, Cape Town. All right. And that's Tesney. And then, yep, I got it. Okay. The Netherlands. Okay. How are you doing, Darius, sir? Scottsdale. Okay. Valdosta. Okay. My cousins graduated from Valdosta. Is it Valdosta University? I mean, what's the university in Valdosta? Okay, hold on, let me look at okay, there we go. Holland, okay. Greetings. Where, what's the university in Valdosta? Because my cousin graduated and then went into the military. Hey, Rabbit, how are you? Just be real, where are the other moderators at? Thank you so much, Mary, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Valdosta State. He graduated and then he went into the military. He's a commissioned officer. I don't know where he's at right now. I got to go find out where my cousin is at. But yep, he graduated. He graduated. Well, y'all ready? I guess it's just they'll be here. Usually it's you the one that come in the middle, and they're usually here first, but that's all right. That's okay. I got you and Tasha. So allow me to say this. Valdosta State University. Yup. Don't worry, they'll find out. I know I'm on here early today. I'm not gonna stay on long, y'all. Okay, I'm not gonna stay on long. I'm just give me a minute to say. I'm gonna say something, and then I'm gonna open it up for questions. But let me tell you guys something. One of the biggest weapons that's used against you by narcissists is fear. They use fear, and you're asleep too. But you know, one of the biggest weapons that's used by a narcissist is fear. Fear, you know, for you is fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear that they're going to take your time. Just give me 1 minute to just say what I got to say. Then I'm going to give me about 15, 20 minutes when I start the questions. But give me just a minute to say this, and then we'll start the clock. But so, you know, one of the biggest weapons that's used against you dealing with a narcissist is fear. As you guys watch one of my other videos, I was talking about the fact that narcissists are emotional vampires, right? Narcissists thrive off of fuel. They have to have fuel. So whether it's negative or whether it's positive fuel, you know, so if it's negative or if it's positive fuel, they thrive off of fuel. Meaning whether you shut them down and in your mind you're angry and you decide I'm going no contact, or you have an attitude, anything that you do in the moment of your anger and your hurt, all that is fuel for them. So a lot of times you're thinking you're doing great. Hold on, let me readjust my shirt. But a lot of times you think you're doing great because, you know, I went no contact, and whenever they come around, I gray rock. Gray rock means to take out all the emotions that go along with your conversation. They can tell by your facial expression. They can tell by the tone in your voice. They can tell how you say what you say. They can look at your micro expressions on your face, because you don't realize that you're giving off micro expressions. But the one thing that they know, that they have trauma bonding, in the trauma bonding, one of the things they know for certain is that you fear them. Now, you may not fear them person to person, fear them, but you may fear the fact that they may humiliate you. Like in one of the videos, I was talking about how they obligate you to their lies. So if you don't, you know, agree with them in their lies, you know, then they'll embarrass you, humiliate you in public. You know, they'll scream at you, or they'll make you feel stupid in front of people, you know. And so one of the biggest anxiety or the triggers is that if they say something, if you don't respond right, that's why a lot of you guys come out of the relationships and you don't know what to say or how to say it. You don't, you know, I don't know if this is right, or am I thinking correctly, or you know, a lot of you are nervous about making decisions. So a lot of you are having problems with decision making because you're so accustomed to being bullied into doing something that you don't want to do. You live a life of anxiety because anytime they come home and you know that they're outside, or you know that they're on the way, or you look at a certain time and they're supposed to be coming home, all of a sudden you have anxiety. Anxiety is fear. They've instilled fear in you, and so they control you through fear. The moment you break that fear, and some of you gotten to a point where, you know what? It's me and you. Some of them think you crazy. Like, okay, it's me and you. I'm tired of being afraid. You won't have to do what you got to do. And a lot of times you have to remember, they bully you and they push you toward that line. It's like pushing you to a line or pushing you to a cliff, and you're like, oh, no. They'll push you to the cliff and they tell you to jump. You're like, no. Until finally one day you just lose it and like, all right, we're gonna both go too. And if you're gonna jump, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump. You're gonna jump. Then they think you're crazy. You know, you're crazy. See, I told you were crazy. But the thing about it is they live by they implement, or they use fear to control you. You know, power and control. When you're dealing with domestic violence and you're dealing with power and control, what does power and control consist of? Fear. Fear that they're going to take your money, fear that they're going to take food, fear they're going to lock you in, fear they're going to take your kids, fear they're going to abuse you, you know, fear, yeah, jump. I grab your hand and jump. You know, play with me if you want to and walk to the edge. I'll pull your hand, you're going to jump down there with me. Now, I don't know what'll happen on our way down, but you coming with me. So don't threaten me, because you might not like if you threaten me. You see what I mean? And once you start thinking like that, once you begin to cut off that fear factor, they are the fearful person. Remember, they have very low self-esteem. They have very low self-worth. And usually they can't handle people with a lot of confidence. Now, some of you saying I'm a very confident individual, but they were able to instill fear. Some of you say I'm a very confident person, but they were able to instill fear. You see what I mean? And then some of you guys, now, you know me, I'm just going to keep it real, right? So, you know, I'm going to just say what you don't normally say. And it's not common to hear when sometimes you just got to just say it straightforward. I'm going to just say it like it is. Some of the things that you guys say, not all of you, some of you guys, you can tell that you have been watching videos and you understand that, some of the things that you say is just not right. Some people actually put the comment in there. If it's you, it's you. No, don't get mad at me, right? Some of you actually said, I'm not afraid of the narcissist. I'll go toe to toe with the narcissist, and they're more afraid of me. And that's why whenever I go toe to toe, that's about the dumbest statement you can make. Because what you're doing is, it's like a cat and mouse game with a lion. A lion, sometimes the lion will play with its food before it actually kills it. If you actually watch out in the ocean, a shark or orca, orca would throw the seal up in the air, throw the seal up in the air, throw seal up in the air, and you wonder, like, why won't you just kill it and eat it and put it out of his misery? And the orca is just swimming around and throwing the seal in the air and throwing the seal in the air. Or cat, big cats, the lion, sometimes the lion doesn't go straight for the kill. They like to hunt. They like to chase. They like to chase after their food. So sometimes they don't kill the food right away. They play with it. And some of you guys that assume, I'm going to go and I go face to face and I'll do this. What you don't understand is you are playing cat and mouse with this narcissist. Narcissists don't sleep. They always think of another way to get you back. When you think you've gotten over, you've opened up a door because they're already thinking of another way to get you back. Yeah, you're playing Russian roulette. Exactly. You're playing Russian roulette. While you think that you're getting over and you think you won and I'm going to get in your face, and when you stare at me, I'm going to stare at you back. They like that. It fuels them. It's like that excitement of that chase. Oh, yeah, you want to play now. And a narcissist is always thinking, and they'll get you when you least expect it. You think that if I do certain things or back and forth or I stare back at you and everything, what you don't know though, what'll happen is they'll pick the things that you value the most and they'll come after that. Your job, your reputation, your finances, your car, your automobile, your kids. Some of you have children, and what happens is they'll begin to harass your kids. They'll begin to say things to your children. They'll begin to psychologically abuse your children. Then think about it. All that time, it's easier for you to fight with them. But when there are children involved, how easy is for you to fight? It's not that easy to fight, because no matter what it is you do, they know now I got you, because I will harass your children. I will harass the kids. I will do this to the children. And then vandalization of your property, absolutely. Things just happening around your house, and you can't figure out what's going on in your mind. You thinking to yourself, I know who it is, but I can't prove it. This is all the stuff that they do because, it's mental chess. That, you think that you're fine. That's why I tell you guys, the stronger warrior sometimes understands that this right here, I don't have to fight this battle in order to win the war. I'm going to have to pull out right here, because the main goal is for you to leave me alone. The main goal is to go no contact. My main goal is to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I'm going to pull out. What hurts the most is when you stop playing the game. What hurts them the most is when you set up boundaries and you won't change their boundaries. People are usually offended by your boundaries, and especially a narcissist. When you set up boundaries, a narcissist is offended by your boundaries, and it hurts them. And they'll say, you always hurt me, and I can't believe you would do this, and you are so cruel because you put your boundaries up. Or if you choose, when you go no contact, you go no contact. When you go gray rock, that means you take out the emotions behind what you do. Some of you guys, like, I go no contact, and when I hand them the kids, it doesn't even bother me. But you got an attitude when you're doing it. And this is how they get fuel. Sometimes it's not the positive fuel. Positive fuels mean that they have the power to make you laugh. They have the power, but the negative fuel is you have an attitude. So you drop off the kids and you like, that right there is fuel for them. That right there for them, it makes them feel empowered because they know they still got you. See, they know that they still have a open door. They still know that they can make you react. And some of you do react. You think you go on no contact, but anytime they're around you, anytime they're around you, just your facial expression, it's what's the energy behind your facial expressions and your body language. They read all that. They know all that. And you're fueling them. And so some of you guys think you're fighting with these narcissists. They love it. So you become that they're the lion and you are the food, and they're just playing with you. And you think that you're winning. They're the orca and you are the little seal in the water. They flipping you in the air and you think, I'm winning. No, you're not. You about to get eaten and you don't even realize it. So when you make the comment, I play the game back. That lets me know that you about to get hurt. You're probably going to need my services. That's what you're going to need. So you keep on playing the game and go ahead and keep posting those comments. And most of the people that are on here, most of the tribe members that are on here already know that you're going to be the one that's going to be hurt. Now, some of you may not respond and let us know what happens afterwards. Some of it, if you're going to share the story, and thank you, Nubia, if you're going to share the story about how you were fighting this narcissist and how strong you are and everything, don't go quiet when they get on you. Don't get quiet when they hurt you. We need to know the rest of what they say on Facebook. If you're going to share, all the wonderful things that happen in the relationship and then all of a sudden you guys are going back and forth, we need to know when you break up, because you didn't involve this in your life. So we need to know how the story ends. And if you are on YouTube or you are on Facebook and you bragging about, what is going on, we don't need you to stop communicating with us, because after this narcissist gets on your tail and they're going to hurt you some more, we need to know this information. You can't just stop the story and not tell us the information, right? Yeah, we'll be waiting. We need to know the rest of the story, because we already know the end. We already know the end of the movie. We already know what's going to happen. And most of the people that are on this channel, the tribes that have been watching these videos and been following, sometimes you can see the comments. You're like, yep, you're a newbie. We're going to let you. Yeah, you're a newbie. We already know. We already know what's going to happen. We already know the end of the story, because we talk about it all the time. Why is my thing so bright over here? But we already know the story, so we don't need you to stop talking. We need to know what happens afterward when you done went into this fight and you came out with 2 plugs of hair in your head. So you guys stop fighting them. You can't fight fire with fire. With the narcissist is a different game. And some of you guys, I think somebody else is, I know I'm a super empath because I make sure I do this and I make sure I do this and it don't bother me at all. You're not a super empath. You just fighting. That's what you did. It's not a super empath. You just fighting. That's all you're doing. And so, all right, you guys, that's what my mom says too. Yep, see? Sometimes you have to know, what's the song? You have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. There's time enough for counting when the dealing is done. I missed a whole verse or something like that. But that's Kenny Rogers. Go look at that. So, but y'all, give me 15 minutes. Give me 15 minutes. I'm not going to be on here long today, because I need to go, and I promised myself I was going to take a break today. I need a break because I am tired. I am a little tired, but Miss Tasha, Miss Just Be Real, can you guys give me 15 minutes? Give me 50. Yeah, the gambler. Yep. Give me 15 minutes, and you guys go ahead and ask me some questions. Let's get some questions, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go. Okay? Yeah, the gambler. Yep. Listen to what he's saying. Sometimes you have to know when to put the cards down, because think about it. Poker is a game of calling each other's bluff. And sometimes the person that's calling the bluff is the person that actually doesn't have anything in their hand, and they end up winning the game because you can't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. That's the same thing you dealing with a narcissist. You got into the situation. Now you got to figure out how to get out of the situation. No contact, gray rock. You know what I mean? Some of you guys need to stop fighting so much. Get away from them. You trying to pay them back, or you trying to prove to yourself that maybe they can change, or I'm going to try and I'm going to do everything that I can to make this work. Why? They're not trying anything to make it work, right? 253. Okay. But all right, let me see. Lauren said, my mind finally understands the trauma bonding, but still hasn't accepted it. Like, how can someone do this? I know that, but that is the struggle for most people. I just don't understand how a human being could do something like this. And this is the conversation I had with someone else. A narcissist is narcissistic personality disorder, cluster C, cluster C, cluster C, cluster B, cluster B. Yeah, one of those. The cluster diagnosis. Well, within that cluster, you got you have antisocial personality disorder. Remember, that used to be sociopath and psychopath. Histrionic personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder. You have histrionic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder. Now, check this out. The thing about it is that when you're dealing with a narcissist, we can watch television and you can hear people talk about this person was a straight psychopath or a sociopath, and this person killed this many people and hid the bodies, like John Wayne Gacy hid the bodies underneath the house, or they done murdered all these people. Then they come home and sit down and have a meal with their family, order pizza, watch movies like nothing has ever happened. And it doesn't bother them. And most of us are looking like, you're an animal. I can't believe something's wrong with you. You are crazy. But you have to think for a minute. A narcissist is on the same level as they are, the psychopath, sociopath. A narcissist is in the same level than those psychopaths, sociopaths. And the thing about it is you can look at these people that have done these crimes and went home like nothing has ever happened. A lot of narcissists have those same traits as well, but they are on the same cluster as these particular psychopaths and sociopaths we hear about on television, eating people and putting people in their home and come home like nothing has ever happened. And then you hear about it on the news and we're like, this is a monster. I can't believe. Well, narcissist is on that same playing field. The narcissist is on the same level as them. And we can look at these people, but you don't see, because of the fact that you were personally involved, you can't wrap your mind around it, but you personally was involved with an individual like that. You don't put them on the same playing field as these individuals. They're just as dangerous as these individuals. They do the same thing as these individuals. Some of them do have those other traits to go along with it, but they are on the same level as these individuals. They're same cluster of personality disorders. And if you know that those with psychopathy or sociopath were basically anti-personality disorder or borderline, they don't change. A narcissist is never going to change, but a lot of times we don't want to put them there hidden in plain sight. They look like normal people. People love them, but didn't the psychopaths and sociopaths, weren't they well loved in the community? Didn't people love them? Weren't they just great? Weren't they just wonderful? Weren't they some great people? Well, so is the narcissist, right? And so, but most people don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Most of you guys, yes, charming, very, very charismatic people, just great people. You'd be surprised that before you knew what narcissistic personality disorder was, when you look back, you are amazed at how many people that was in your circle, in your family, people you worked around, in the military, how many people actually had narcissistic personality disorder and fit the diagnosis, the symptomology. They have 9 traits, and how many of them fit either 5 to 9 of the traits that we talk about on camera? You know what I mean? So most of you guys were around them and never knew it. A lot of you guys are finding out that family and friends were narcissists, and you wonder why they were a certain way, and you just kind of dismissed it. And now you're finding out, oh my gosh, this individual had narcissism and antisocial personality disorder and borderline personality disorder and plus. You see what I mean? And plus. Why do they lie to people and create a smear campaign? You got to go and watch my videos. You got to go watch my videos, because a lot of the questions that you're asking, it lets me know that you haven't watched the videos. So you can go through there and look at the videos, and plenty of answers in there. What surprised me is that they don't know what is wrong with self. No, Martis is not. So check this out. Most people are under the assumption that a narcissist does not know what's wrong with themselves. Okay, so number one, when you remember, you're dealing with a scale. And so on the lower end, usually the more overt ones that are very obvious, that all of us like, okay, I can see they're very self-destructive or destructive. Those are the ones that are very violent, don't mind hurting you, hurting the children. So a lot of them are just wide open, and you can see all the traits, but they like the way it feels to scare people and to bully people. They like that feeling. Now, going back up the scale, some of them actually become self-aware as they go from the mid to like higher on the spectrum of narcissism. Some of them actually accept the fact and realize what they have. Now, most of them don't want you to call them a narcissist. You know what I mean? Most of them do not want you to name them by saying that they're a narcissist. But if you pick out the behavior traits and you begin picking out like certain behavior traits without trying to, when you're dealing with a narcissist, you start coming out and accusing them. You're like this, you're like this. No, when you do it in an accusatory way, they're going to deflect. So all of a sudden, they're going to deflect the entire conversation back on you and point out all the things. And they're always going to have an explanation and a justification as to why they act the way that they act. But when you begin to lay out certain behavior patterns, a lot of them recognize their behavior patterns. A lot of them recognize the things that they do. But I guarantee you that when you are laying out these behavior patterns and things that they do, they'll always give you a justification as to why they're doing what they're doing or what made them do what they're going to do. And if it gets too intense and it sounds too bad, they'll deflect. Deflect means they divert from the whole conversation and focus all their attention on you. That's why a lot of times it's not easy to talk to them, because they'll deflect and turn the whole conversation onto you. And while you point your finger at me, you remember when you did this, and then all of a sudden you think you're the narcissist. But that's how they are. So don't think They may not know they have narcissistic personality disorder, but they can relate to the behavior and they know what they're doing. As they go further up the scale of narcissism, they're more strategic at what they do, and they'll tell you. And then think about it nowadays, where all of us are on videos and you have all these people with this narcissism and narcissistic and narcissism this and narcissism that, and everyone is talking about it. Think about, I was going to do a video on this, but think about it for just a minute. They begin to conform. They begin to pick up on the language. They watch videos and they begin to talk to you in reference to, and some of them will even admit, hey, I have narcissism. And so some of you guys, because the last thing to go is hope, is like, you're special now. You think that you're special because they have admitted to you that they have narcissistic personality disorder. But remember, they're pulling you in. They're finding another way to manipulate. So they're watching these videos. They're picking up on the language. They recognize certain things. So, oh, okay, now that it's kind of out there, and you know, it's almost like we adjust to weather. We adjust, you know, we kind of adapt. We adapt to weather. We adapt to climate change. We adapt to policy change. We adapt to, you know, just like with seasons, we change our clothes for the seasons to adapt to that weather. Well, they adapt too. Don't think that they're not watching. Hey, Miss Courtney, don't think that they're not watching these videos or listening to your language and picking up on your language, because a lot of them are making videos too. And believe it or not, y'all, and I know this sounds bad, but believe it or not, you know, everybody that contacts me for coaching is not a survivor. A lot of the people that I've talked to are actually narcissists themselves. Some of them don't know I know, and some of them don't talk to me anymore. But don't think that everybody's a survivor. Everybody's not a survivor. You see what I mean? But they begin to adapt the language. Some of them study you for a long time before they reach out. They got to know how you think. They got to know how you talk. And then for them to disclose to you, I'm a narcissist. For some of you guys, it's like, I'm special because they've never admitted this before, and we're finally getting somewhere. So I don't care what anybody says. I know that there's a possibility that they can change because they normally don't admit. I have never seen a video saying that they admit. Well, child, things are changing. And they're, you know, right now there are a lot of videos and a lot of talk about narcissism. So it is becoming more obvious. These behaviors are becoming more obvious. So what way to reel you in emotionally, to reel you in is but to tell you, this is what I have. I recognize this. I recognize that. Later on, if you turn around and you tell them, but you admit it yourself, trust you me, they'll divert that conversation to tell you, you crazy. I didn't say that. They'll gaslight you. You're crazy. I did not say that. I did not say that. No, they don't like being vulnerable, because they feel unprotected. They don't feel as powerful, but by being vulnerable. How do you deal with an adult narcissist child who runs hot and cold, talking and not talking to you? I did a video on that as well, about adult narcissists or children narcissists. Rika said, how do they act if they lose all their side supplies and only have their primary supply? Will they be able to act nice for long till they get to groom someone else to lead their primary? They're probably frustrated at the fact that they lost all their supply. So you're going to get the tail end of it. So you'll get the utmost abuse in the relationship until they can find some other supply. So if they've lost all the supply, they're already frustrated. So you're going to get the most. A good supply means that you're getting the utmost abuse, not utmost respect, utmost abuse. And no, they don't act nice. You're going to feel their wrath because of all these other people. You catch the slack, or you catch flack. Is it flack? But you pay the price for all these other supplies leaving them. So no, they don't act nice until they get another supply. Absolutely not. If they're trying to reel you in, it's only momentarily until they can get it. But they normally don't act. No, you're gonna catch heat. Yeah, narcs are addicted to narc supply. Narcs are addicted to narc supply. Narcs are addicted to supply. No, narcs are not addicted to supply. Think about what you're saying. Narcs are not addicted to narc supply. Narcs are addicted to fuel. A crackhead or a meth addict is not addicted to the dope dealer. The crackhead or the meth addict is addicted to the dope, not the dope dealer. So narcs are not addicted to the people. They're addicted to fuel. And wherever they can get the fuel, they'll get the fuel. So no, they're not addicted to the narc supply. They're addicted to the fuel. Are narcissists usually bipolar or suffer from some other mental illness? A lot of them do. A lot of them have bipolar disorder, PTSD. Some of them have borderline personality disorder. Some of them have autism. Some of them have developmental delay. Some of them have learning disabilities. So each one of them are different. They have the same disorder, meaning the personality disorder, but they can have other alcoholism, drug addiction. They can have all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. Oh, thank you so much, Martis. Hopefully that answers your question. Schizo is the most enraged. Well, I hate to tell you that a malignant narcissist is the most enraged. Is it true they get worse over time and towards new supply? They get worse over time, period. I noticed with X, he had to have someone to be evil towards, and he'll be nice to everyone else around them. When that person leaves, he finds someone else, me, to be evil toward. They're always nice to people on the outside rather than the people that are close to them. That's just a part of their nature. Yeah. Miss Chat said, I think I saw him watching a program before. I didn't know what he was watching. Some of the pieces are coming together. The narcissist learned how to be more deceitful on these videos. Oh, absolutely. Just like, think about it for a minute. If you're on the videos and you are racist, usually narcissist, not all the time. But usually if you are on the videos and you're healing and you're learning about them and you're learning how to defend yourself and you're learning how to be more careful and you're learning how to put up boundaries and everything, what do you think that the narcissist is learning from good information? They're learning how to manipulate more. They're learning how to be more deceitful. They're learning how to sound like us as coaches. They're learning how to sound like us as teachers. They're learning how to sound like a counselor. Some of them actually go on the videos and make videos, and there are so many people that flock to them because they're charming. But if you actually think about it, a lot of people flock to these videos and everything, but you can almost tell. There are some videos that I watch of people. You can almost tell the things that we talk about is the things that they, thank you, Karen, the things that they're cold. They're cold. It's almost like they're mechanical when they're talking. They're almost creepy. You know, they're like creepy. And then you're on the video and you're like, it's good information because they know what they're talking about. Narcissists know what they're talking about because they're talking about themselves. But a lot of you got to see, some of you guys, what do I call it? You just got to know in your knower that you know. Once you start getting the education, don't dismiss your intuition. Don't dismiss your gut feeling. Don't dismiss the red flags. Don't dismiss your knower. You know, we're going to use it to knower. And a lot of times if you watch like videos and stuff and you start feeling a little creepy, you're like, they're a little creepy. It's good information, but they're a little creepy. They're a little cold. They're a little mechanical. They're a little distant. They're a little, and I'm not going to point out the videos, but some of the videos when you watch them is like, it's good information, but you are creepy. Or like, it's good information, but there's something about you that don't register right. You can talk to people, well, I ain't gonna call out no names, but you can see on the videos, listen, thank you. You can see on the videos, my time is up, but I'm gonna say this last thing. Because you guys are so accustomed to when you feel something about something, that narcissist gaslit you to make you question your own sanity. That narcissist has gaslit you to a point where you don't trust your own intuition, you don't trust your own gut instinct, you don't trust your own common sense. Some of you got education, you don't even trust your own education. And now that you guys are learning about these narcissists, don't dismiss your gut instinct. If it don't set right with you, if it don't feel right with you, step back and watch. Sometimes you may not be able to anytime you can't really put your finger on it, you just don't know really. You don't know what it is. A lot of times that's usually how I pick it up too. Like, something is not right about you. Thank you so much, Miss Sandra. But sometimes it's like, I don't know what it is about you, but let me pay attention to you, because now your narc antennas are going up and like something is not right. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that, y'all. Pay attention to the sometimes you guys are looking for a red flag to come up like this. You're like, oh, there it goes. No, sometimes your red flags mean, something, I just don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. You see what I mean? You run it. No, I'm great, go. I'm great, go, y'all. But I just wanted to let you guys know, do not dismiss your knowers, your gut instinct, your intuition, your it don't feel right. You know, like in the horror movies, you already know something gonna happen because the music pop up. You know, in your mind start thinking like if something don't feel right, that music came up. Thank you, Miss Tanya. That music then came up. You know, if even though you can't put your finger on it, back up and start observing. Start observing and be careful what you say. Watch what you say. You know, when something don't feel right, be careful what you say. Don't lead them on with what you say. You know, step back and listen and watch and see how they handle your information, see what they're doing. I guarantee you when you back up and you start watching, listen, it's just a matter of time where the mask will fall off because of the fact that they're frustrated because you're not moving fast. And if your gut instinct done picked up, the mask will slip and all of a sudden you start noticing they start acting funny. That's usually how we catch them. Like, I knew it. I back up and I knew it. You see what I mean? So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you back. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yup, listen with discernment. You know, let your ears hear. Listen. You know, and if it doesn't feel right, think about it. You know. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm getting ready to get off. My timers have thrown the clock at me and everything. They've been posting information. If you'd like to give, I appreciate all donations. A lot of you guys donated last week. I am trying to buy the vlog camera. Oh, thank you, JT. I appreciate you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yes, you know, if you guys would like to donate, because I am building the classes. I have not forgotten y'all. I'm trying to write a book and do the classes at the same time. So I'm trying to do the first class. And then when I'm doing the first class, I would like to offer it to you guys for free. And yes, I can do it on the camera like this, but I prefer to have a more professional camera to do more professional vlogging, especially when I do classes. And the camera that I need is $300. And so, and a lot of you guys have been donating, and I appreciate it because I'm going to use those donations to purchase that camera. And when I get it, I'm going to make sure you guys know. So a lot of you guys have donated, so I let you guys know. A lot of you guys have assisted me with buying my microphone. I got my microphone. I got my vlog lamp. So in case you guys want to know, I have my vlogging light. And so there's just a few more things that I need to get. I need to get the camera, and then I have to get the microphone to go with the camera, and I got to get the stand. So that, but I am working on the classes. Those of you also, you guys know Miss Natasha's Touch. She's one of the moderators, Natasha's Touch. Please go and look at her online store. It's natashastouch.com. Let me make sure I said that right. It's natashastouch.com. I don't have the jewelry yet because I have to go on there. Thank you, Miss Safina. But I need to go. I'm going to buy some necklaces and stuff. She has some beautiful pieces on today. This is one of the bracelets I bought when she first was doing the live. So this right here is one of the pieces that I purchased because that was the last one. So I had to get it while she was live. And so she got some beautiful necklaces and earrings, and I'm going to get that so you guys will see. So you guys make sure you go check it out. If you guys need like brochures, business cards and stuff, she creates brochures, flyers, and stuff like that as well. So you guys go and check her out. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Axel. I am so honored. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Axel. I am so honored. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. So usually, when you guys give to, I'm just going to let you guys know, when you give on YouTube, it usually takes 30 days for it to come. And then, of course, YouTube takes a fee off of it. And so for those of you giving in the month of June, I won't get it until July. If you actually look underneath my video links, if you go to PayPal, and if you go to like Cash App, PayPal or Cash App or anything like that, that comes directly to me. But usually if you give on here, which I don't mind, you guys give here, no problem at all. It just builds up, and then the next month they send me a check. You know, they send me or deposit into my account, so I'll be able to get that. And so when I get the camera, I'm gonna make sure you guys see what you purchased for me, because I'm really honored and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hi from the UK. And so I'm going to get off. Make sure you also go check out my book. Is Unmasking the Illusion of Projection. To let you guys know I'm tired, right? Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection It's a book. It's on Barnes & Noble, Amazon. You guys purchase. Make sure you guys go check out my mentor's YouTube channel. Is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. Thank you so much, Miss Tasha. But it is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. Make sure you share. She gives you a different perspective about narcissist abuse from a spiritual perspective, a biblical perspective, because she is the presiding prelate, meaning the senior pastor of our ministry and a whole bunch of other ministries, like hundreds of ministry, hundreds of leaders. She mentors, she counsels, she coaches, and she provides you with more insight on narcissist abuse from a spiritual perspective. Those of you that are not Bible believers, no big deal, no big deal. You listen to her, and she usually tells you, she'll give you the spiritual, biblical perspective of narcissism, and then she'll let you know, in respect of your belief system, this is how you have to apply it. And so a lot of you that have purchased my book also know that I provide biblical encouragement, but the stories themselves are real stories about real people that were going through narcissist abuse, homicidal thoughts, suicidal thoughts, how they were discarded, the things they did with the children, how they abused through the children, the things that the children went through. So, it's a real thing. And those of you that are seeking counseling, I cannot provide you with counseling if you are outside the state of Washington. You can go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen, and you can vet counselors there. I do not provide counseling on BetterHelp. I only provide counseling in the state of Washington. The counselors that you vet, are counselors that are licensed in your state, in your area. Those of you that are seeking coaching, underneath there, it does have Dr. Carmen Bryant at Outlook.com. You're welcome to email me to ask me my fees for coaching, because I do coach. And a lot of you guys I had an opportunity to see face-to-face coaching. And so I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. BetterHelp.com will give you a 10% discount. And not only will it give you a 10% discount, if you have any financial difficulties, if you let them know, they will also provide you with a grant because it is a nominal fee. Like I said, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Just Be Real. Just to let you just be real. I know by the time I send the video, Just Be Real, New Dawn Arises, Telsha, Stevie Bananas, I have your books. I have your addresses. I have not forgotten. I just haven't had a chance to get over to the post office. I will be sending you, my moderators, a book. So some of you guys were contacting me, thanking me for the book. If you are not one of my moderators, you guys got to go buy my book. But my moderators, I want to give them a small token of my appreciation, because they don't have to be here with me, and they don't have to do what they do, and they work just like they got another job. So I appreciate you guys. So I'm getting ready to go. So you guys remember Natasha's Touch. Go check out her jewelry. She got some beautiful jewelry. So I appreciate you guys, and you guys go take care of yourselves. I will see you this week. Guys, go be great.